brand new computer that we just debuted here on QVC just a couple days ago. It's a 15-inch notebook. It's an HP laptop with a touchscreen display. It has the latest Intel Core i3 processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and then get this, the largest solid state drive that I personally ever presented on air, 512 gigabytes. Now, let's talk about what your choices are because it's a 15-inch, so you don't necessarily have to choose the screen size. 15 inches is actually our most popular screen size at HP, so no worries there. We do have a couple of color options for you, and you'll just have to choose whether you want it with or without Microsoft Office. So you see there on the screen, $669.98. That is the price without Microsoft Office. And if you want it with Microsoft Office, it's just $719.98. And of course, we have 5 easy pays available. And look at that, free shipping and handling. Who doesn't love that? I love a good free shipping and handling day. That just makes the day even better. So let's take a look at some of the colors here. You get this beautiful gold. And let me tell you, it is so luxurious. It is so rich. It's going to turn heads. It's like a pale gold. I like to say it's like a champagne gold. It really is truly something that when you see, you're going to say, wow, this looks like a computer that should cost twice, if not 3 times the amount, because it really truly is spectacular. The other color is your classic silver. You cannot go wrong with silver. It's clean, it's modern, it's crisp. And by the way, this is a new body style, a new design for the computer. It's lightweight, it's portable, it's our thin and modern series, yet it still has plenty of ports to keep you connected. So we're going to talk all about that this hour. And you know what? This is QVC. You not only get a fantastic computer, but you know that we give you great software titles to come along with it. So let's take a look at some of those software titles. You can see there on the screen, and I'm going to walk you through some of those titles personally here in a little bit. So bigger brains, if you want to learn Windows, maybe you want to get the Microsoft 365 option. Well, guess what? Bigger brains can help you with that. Pandora Premium, who doesn't love to listen to some great music? And Pandora Premium can give you that for 3 months. Create all these great playlists. I love Pandora. You got Loopster Movie Producer, Countabout Premium, Hotspot Shield Premium, Ribbit Premium, and hey, Meal Easy, because we all want to be healthier. We want to be planning our meals. Meal Easy can help you do that. So now that we've talked about some of the great software, why don't we talk about what makes this computer so spectacular? Because we have been relying on our computers so much, right? To keep in touch with our family and friends, right? To get work done. So many kids out there are going to school. So many adults are going to college. And we need a computer in our life that is reliable, that is dependable, and can get the job done. The last thing that we want is to be on a Skype or Zoom or a Microsoft team call and we get cut out, maybe because our internet is not great. Well, we got you covered there. We have amazing capabilities to be able to stream your favorite shows. We're going to show you how you can download movies on here, how you can download games, apps, programs. I'm excited to share with you so many great things that this computer can do. So tell you what, let me jump into the computer here. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you a high level overview. I want to give you a high level overview of what is so amazing about this computer. And then we will dive in little by little, and I'll go through each one. And hopefully I can answer all of your questions so that you feel comfortable and know that this computer could be the right computer for you. So it all starts out with this beautiful 15-inch touchscreen display. It has a narrow bezel. Now, what that means is that on the side here, you see the screen goes all the way over to the edge, practically, right? Well, that's going to be great. If you love watching movies, if you love watching videos, it's going to seem bigger than a 15-inch. I love to say you get lost into the screen. When I play a couple of videos here a little bit later on, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I'll make sure to point that out for you. You got the latest Intel Core i3 processor. I'm going to tell you why that's important and exactly what a processor is. Listen, I know technology can seem a little bit overwhelming, but I want to be here to simplify it for you, break it down for you so that you understand exactly what this means and how it will truly be better than the computer that you currently probably have. Or maybe this is your first time going to the computer and you know that you're getting cutting edge technology, you're getting the latest with this particular computer. So in addition to the great processor, you have the largest solid state drive that we've ever presented on air at HP here at QVC. It's going to be awesome. We're going to talk to you why that matters. Solid state drive, in a nutshell, is going to speed up your computer. It's going to help you do things from starting your computer quicker to shutting it off to loading up apps quicker. It's just an overall better computing experience. You're going to get faster Wi-Fi because this computer has Wi-Fi 6. Now, you might say to yourself, what the heck is Wi-Fi 6, Alex? Well, guess what? There you go. Look at it on the screen. You can see that it's nearly 3 times faster performance. You can see it's just a quicker overall experience in terms of Wi-Fi, especially if you have multiple devices in the home, if you have multiple people using your internet. I'll break that down for you a little bit more as we go on. And it is truly a feature-rich computer. It's got some things in here that I think you're really going to be shocked at, including something that we've debuted this past weekend. Let me tell you, I absolutely love. So let's talk about the brain inside the computer. I mentioned it's an Intel Core i3 processor, but guess what? This is the 11th generation iteration of that, which means that it is significantly faster than the previous versions. There you see on the screen, Intel, #1 selling processor brand in the US for the past 12 months. That is telling you something. So maybe you have a computer that's a couple years old that has an Intel i3 processor. Well, let me tell you, I can tell you from experience, I've used all these processors, right? I've been presenting here on air for quite a while, and I can tell you this is definitely the fastest i3 that I personally have ever experienced. You couple that in with a solid state drive, it really gives you a boost. So let's talk about the RAM. Now, RAM stands for random access memory. It's what allows you to open up multiple apps and programs. And you'll see that throughout this presentation, I'll open up apps and programs. I won't have to restart, or I won't have to freeze, or I don't necessarily have to turn my computer on and wait forever for it to start up. The RAM allows you to multitask. It works harmoniously with the processor, and it works harmoniously also with the solid state drive. So let's talk about that one more time so that you can see exactly how much you can store in your computer, because that's what the solid state drive does. It allows you to store your files, your programs, your documents, and more. So look at that, up to 15 times faster. There are no moving parts, which means it's a quicker experience. It means that your computer isn't going to get as hot. Have you ever had a laptop and then you hear that fan and it's like your computer's just going to levitate and take off like a rocket ship? You don't have to worry about that with this computer, because the solid state drive is very similar to the technology that's in your smartphone. It's actually faster than that, but it's very similar. When you touch an application, an app on your phone, it loads, it's quick. That's the type of experience that you get here. And then look, you can store up to 100,000 songs, 200,000 photos, or 125 full HD quality movies, any combination thereof. It is a lot of space. It's actually enough space for an entire family if you want to share it. So that is a solid state drive. It really is cutting edge technology. It's revolutionary. And it's one of those things that once you have, you'll never want to go back to a computer that has a traditional hard drive. Now, look at some of these great features. You've got the HP TrueVision HD webcam for keeping in touch with your family and friends, Skyping, Zooming, Microsoft Teams, recording video. Maybe you want to live stream on YouTube. You can do that with this computer. You've got all the ports. I'm going to walk you through that. You even have Bluetooth. So let's say, for example, you purchase some Bose headphones or iProgs or iPods from QVC. You absolutely can use this here because it has Bluetooth. If you want to connect a Bluetooth keyboard, you can do that as well. So not a problem with Bluetooth. You've got that covered as well. In addition to that, the hits keep on coming with this computer because it just has so much. And I'm going to take you on a tour here in just a second so that you can see the outside. It also has a backlit keyboard. We know that that's one of your most requested features, so we're making sure to give that to you. All in a computer that weighs under 4 pounds. It's almost insane to say that. You've got HP stereo sound, so your experience when listening to your shows and watching your shows, listening to music is going to be great. Battery life, up to 11 hours. That is insane to think about, a 15-inch computer that has up to 11 hours of battery life. And then fast charge. How about if you need battery life, you're running low, you can just plug your computer in and in 45 minutes get half of your battery life back. I love HP fast charge. Let me tell you, it saved me on more than one occasion. And then Wi-Fi 6. I'm going to talk to you about Wi-Fi 6 here in the moment and explain to you exactly what makes Wi-Fi 6 so spectacular in this computer. So now that we've kind of talked about the high-level overview of the computer, why don't I take you on a physical tour, and then we're going to dive in deep. I'm going to share with you a little bit more about what makes this computer so fantastic. And then I'm going to show you some really fun things that maybe you had no idea that you can do on your computer. Because Windows 10, which is the operating system that comes loaded on this computer, keeps getting better and better and better. And there are new programs and applications added to it about twice a year. So it's almost like your computer keeps getting better. And there are new features that are really exciting that you might not know about. So I'm happy to share that with you. So let me take you on the tour so that you can see the ports here. We're going to start on this side right over here. By the way, again, just under 4 pounds. It's insane to think how lightweight this computer is. So right here, we've got the power input. Next to that, you have two USB ports, but they're actually super speed USB ports. That means they're 10 times faster than your standard USB. So you can transfer things in a matter of seconds as opposed to a matter of minutes. By the way, I have a little dongle here. I'm just using a wireless mouse. You have options, by the way. Let me bring this over here and I'll show you the front really quick when I talk about options. If you want to use a trackpad, you absolutely can use the trackpad to control the mouse there. If you want to use a wireless mouse, maybe a Bluetooth mouse, you can do that. Or, of course, you have touch. So you can interact with your screen using the touchscreen display. We'll talk a little bit more about that. If you have a smartphone or tablet now, you will love touch. And let me tell you, if you're coming from a computer that's non-touch, once you get touch, you're going to see it's a game changer. You get so spoiled when it comes to touch because it's just so wonderful to be able to open up applications, interact with the screen here, and really just have fun. So whether you're playing games, whether you're getting work done, whether you're doing some shopping, you can do that. If you want to basically download games, you can do that as well. I love playing touchscreen games, which is something that is really a lot of fun when it comes to interacting with your screen. Again, very similar to the type of experience that you get when you utilize this. But let's go right over here really quick. I'm going to bring this back up. QVC.com. Very easy to shop when you have touch. Let me take you on the other side and continue the tour. And then I will show you one of my absolute favorite things, which is we just debuted here on QVC. So right down here, you have an SD card slot. Now this is wonderful because if you want to transfer files back and forth, you can just put a standard SD card in here. You can put up to a 256 gigabyte card if you want in here, and you can expand the internal storage of the computer. You can transfer files back and forth. I do a lot of taking pictures with my digital camera. So I love being able to take out the SD card, put it in here, and then start viewing my photos on the screen. Next to that, you have the headphone and microphone jack. This is wonderful because if you want to take your Skype or your Zoom calls, or maybe you want to take this with you on a plane, yep, we're doing that again. You can put in your headphones, plug it in there, and start listening to whatever's playing on the screen. But remember, you also have Bluetooth, so no worries there if you want to connect something that's Bluetooth. Moving on with the tour, right over here, we have the port of the future. That's what I love to call it. It's a USB-C port. Now, this port is significantly faster than the traditional standard USBs, but what makes this port so wonderful is that you can plug a variety of different devices in here. So if you want to plug an external optical drive and listen to CDs or DVD or watch DVDs, you can do that. If you want to connect an external hard drive, pretty much anything that you can get a connector, USB-C connector for, is there. You can charge devices, you can transfer information back and forth. You're seeing this port everywhere because, again, it truly is the port of the future. Last but not least on the ports, you see I have an HDMI cord connected to this. What I'm doing right now is I have this screen going to another monitor so that I can see exactly what I'm doing as I'm sharing this with you on the screen. This is one of my favorite things because so many of you out there are multitasking and maybe you want to use two monitors. It really makes a big difference when you're going to school or you're working. Or maybe you just want to display a family slideshow on a bigger TV. You can do that as well. Now I'm going to put this right over here. We're going to continue on with the tour. Right there is your HP True Vision HD webcam. Now let me show you something that I mentioned is brand new that we just debuted here on QVC. It's one of my newest favorite features. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to put the computer to sleep. So the computer's just going to take a second here and it's going to go to sleep, right? Now, when it comes back up, normally I'd have to type in a password, right? Well, no, not the case with this computer. Why? Right over here, this little square, it's actually a fingerprint reader. So all I need to do is put my fingerprint in there and I am back up and running. So when you turn your computer off at night, whether you shut it down completely or when you put it to sleep, all you need to do is you set up your fingerprint very easily.